Go right into this.
Nonsense. Who's in?
Take us home. Take us home. Take us home. HFFL. The 2018 season is upon us.
Here we go.
Tons to go over in this show. Finally, we have some meat and potatoes. What an auction. What an auction over. I tell you, three takeaways, if we just dive right in. Three takeaways that we have from this auction tonight is, number one, I've never seen Aloe that flustered in my whole entire life.
He was on edge a little bit. I noticed that.
Crazy. Lost a couple of bids to me. Lost the girly. Lost the Big Ben. Lost the Antonio. Losing left and right. Not used to losing. Not used to losing. Used to coasting. And it really, really shook him up. Used to think he was unflappable. We'll touch on it again as we get to one bold prediction. Then next segment, Aloe's on the tip of a lot of people's tongues, and I think he really faltered something ridiculous.
You can never count him out, though. He's champ. You can't count him out.
No,
he'll get through it.
I think he sucks. I don't think it's happening for him this year. I think Yahoo has it right. We'll go in the next 15 minutes. We'll go through each matchup. We'll dissect it. We'll break it down. We'll talk about love, hate, who we love, who we hate, predictions. Predictions are always fun. And then we got the OBP segment, one bold prediction.
Let's talk about that option, though. Jack set A++ on the hosting. Really appreciate it. The 25 extra bucks was on par.
Well worth it. Par for the course,
Harry Towell, unbelievable. Really unbelievable job. You could tell he really.
I don't know, man. His pace, great. Thanks for doing it. Free, the whole gas. But the going once, going twice sold into that.
Quick. There were a few that were really quick, and there was a few that were really slow.
But I think he'll perfect it. I think we have a winner here for years to come. I think Harry commanded the room nicely.
It seemed like he was struggling a little bit. He needed a few breaks, but it was good.
Mm-hmm. So that's number one takeaway for me was the Aloe just getting fucking owned. Yeah. Second takeaway for me was very apparent how Murray just keeps pulling back from the HFFL, continuing to pull back.
Little by little. You saw it coming from a while.
I know. And the thing is, I let him off the hook because he's snapping Roxanne. She's the girl next door. Always has been, always will be for me. And I respect that.
You got to stay true. Stay true to the P.
And you have any takeaways for you? Those are really my two takeaways. My third takeaway is you can't smoke weed during the break. You can't smoke weed during the break. I had a great first half, came back, and all of a sudden had no money, didn't know what to do, in disarray, calling out names that I got Wallaced.
Who'd you get Wallaced on?
I got Wallaced on, I want to say like Corey Davis or something like that. But it was all, I don't know. But let's go through. Let's go through the matchups. We're on the eve of the NFL season. Huge game tonight, Eagles-Falcons. A lot of fantasy implications.
Holy shit, it's fucking football tonight.
Football tonight, baby.
Oh, my God.
For the guys that picked Julio, Aloe, a little Matty Ice. Those are the Devontae for Jakey's team as well.
I got Aguilar, I think. Yeah.
Aguilar in the mix. It's a lot of studs going on. The other side, you have Nick Folsey, Pooh Kangaroo.
Yeah, that was a solid pick.
Alshon is hurt. That's a story. So let's see.
He'll be hurt all year. He'll fucking have
maybe Zach Adams
problems all year.
Steps up. Maybe Zach Adams. Let's go through.
Let's just look at the projections real quick. What do we got? Who's the highest?
Irv. Go through Irv's team. I tell you, balance. Don't see a lot of weaknesses here. Riding with his QBs, Rivers and Dalton. Dalton's shit, but serviceable QB too.
He'll get you those numbers. Yeah.
He'll get your numbers. Up the middle here, he's got AJ Green, TY, and Cooper Kupp.
Those are such Irving guys. That was just like, it's like halfway through the season, AJ Green will have one touchdown.
If anything, I think that's his weakness. He's trying to go back to the well on these guys another year, but I think TY he bought low on. I wish we could see what he got TY for, but with Luck back, I think there's going to be a resurgence here in Indy. The Doiler is going to get some nice action, along with Ty is going to really lead the way there. Ty is going to lead the way, and AJ Green, he's just not flashy, but he's so stellar, so stellar. So
Yeah.
I think he's good. I think Cooper Kupp's due for a little bit of a slip at.
Oh, I love him.
You love him.
I love him. I don't know. He's good. He's a great third receiver. He's solid. He'll get you those receptions and some yards. And I think he was like crazy in the red zone last year. Like he had crazy red zone. Red zone numbers.
We got to pull up those numbers. We need a stat boy. We need a stat boy on this. We'll continue to make the adjustments as we see fit week after week. But let's talk about Irving's strength here. Fournette and Dalvin Cookie Poo Kangaroo. I think those are just so like talk about workhorses. You know, Fournette's going to average 25, 26 carries a game, and he's just going to be the bell cow. So there's something to be said about that. I think automatic 20s from that RB1 slot weekly, week in, week out. And Dalvini, if he could stay healthy, could be a top 5 running back.
The truth is, he's got an all-around solid team, all-around top.
And Zach Ertz could be touted as a receiver. He could give you receiver numbers. So a really, really strong team from top to bottom from Trader Herb. I think from my standpoint, this is the best team, and the team to beat right now is Trader Herb. He was poised throughout the entire auction. He saved his money accordingly, and he just jumped on it when he had the shot.
Let's take a little look at the matchup. He's playing against Saquon. What's his new name?
So that's Caskeezy's new name. This is probably a preview of the championship game. You know, Yahoo loves Saquon these nuts. Loves Saquon these nuts.
All right, so we got Rivers against Goff, Dalton and Carr.
Nah, I don't love the QB tandem of. I think Carr is weak. I think Goff's definitely going to put up numbers, so kudos there. But I think he's a low end one. And then his receivers, Evans, Baldwin, and Hogan. I think all bona fide WR2s, if you ask me. You know, if Evans could reach 1 status, he does not have a 3 in this mix. I think they're all
potential
2s.
For the 1, I think.
All have a lot of high upside.
Potential for the 1.
And they're going to they have a very low floor. You know, when you ask me, he's not going to get hurt. I think Hogan puts up a number weekly. Baldwin puts up a number weekly.
He could fall off once Edelman gets met or whatever.
Evans is a risk, but he has a lot of boom or bust type of capability, and you need that. You need that explosiveness.
It's going to be interesting to see what Saquon does fantasy-wise.
He's a sure thing. I think Saquon's a sure thing. Definitely going to get the carries.
Jacksonville.
Yeah, he's gonna have a tough week 1. Okay, but he might get in. He might might salvage his day. I think
he'll get a few catches also.
I think from a volume standpoint, Saquon, you just can't miss.
And then he's got his James Conner.
The Conner and Le'Veon saga. DK is no stranger to drama. You know,
he's got Jacksonville defense also.
Right. He ran into the Zeke drama last year, and he's a glutton for punishment. Apparently.
Yeah, I was very surprised to see him go after more drama.
Funny you say that, because I remember having a long walk to Jack Sett's showroom with Caskeezy, and he told me, I don't know if it was misdirection, could be. We gotta ask him in an interview, but he told me he's steering clear from Le'Veon Conner situation. He got himself into it, so it could work out for the best. He got a really good value at Conner, I think, at 20, and Le'Veon at 50.
Who's watching us? Can we get some chat action? You guys know how?
Njoku, who's a freak. Let's see how he does. Some tight end pieces together. So these are the 2 premier teams I think in HFFL is going to be really exciting matchup. Why don't you give us your prediction here on who takes this home?
I think Irv takes it easily.
Easily.
I think Fournette will have a huge day against the Giants. Dalvin Cook against the Niners will have a huge day.
How?
And his Rivers Dalton will have a great day at Indianapolis.
Right. I'm going Irv also here in this matchup, but not as convincingly. I think Saquon, these nuts are dealing with a lot of tough matchups that I see. I think Saquon up against Jacksonville is a great point by you. Evans on the road against the very ball-hungry New Orleans defense. And Goff in Oakland Monday night. That's a cake matchup. But I just think that a lot of his team is on the road, And
Connor at Cleveland.
and I'm not.
I go Irv.
I think
15.
Irv. Yeah, I think Irv takes it. I think Irv takes it here.
All right, let's go to the next matchup.
Let's do that.
Shit happens.
Shit happens versus Matthews is Jakey and Nate B. I tell you, I think they had a really strong draft. Sitting right next to these guys, there was no team turmoil. They were always in sync. I think they really stepped up when it comes to, especially I think the strength of their team is RB again with Melvin Gordon and Devontae Freeman.
Yeah, that's a nice, solid RB tandem right there.
Those are two low end RB1s, and Melvin has a lot of high upside there.
His wide receivers, I don't see a wide receiver 1 anywhere.
He doesn't have a 1.
Not even like an upside one. I can't see Cooks, Jones, or Robinson being a wide receiver 1.
Wow. You can't see Cooksey putting up low end WR1 numbers.
No.
I disagree. I think it's a stretch, but I think Cooks could be that vertical threat that he's looking for. Jakey's also a Cooks guy. I hate Cooks. I think he's shit, but I think that's what he's betting on here. Marvin Jones was tremendous for Allo last year. Everybody nipping at Allo's heels, the champ for 3 years, going over his team, trying to get his guys. Marvin Jones was awesome last year. So, and A-Rob, I think, is just a mess. That's not going to be good. So he has work to do on the receiver front. Unbelievable tight end in Kelsey. And listen, if Deshaun is what Deshaun was last year before he got hurt,
before Allo fucking
he's
destroyed him.
He's very, very. I think he's solid.
Eli's not going to do it, but his RBs are really the core of his team, and I think that's very, very important.
On the other side, I think we have the worst team in the HFFL. I think, unanimously speaking, we got to throw these guys out of the fucking league. It's just. What are you doing? How do you have? What does he got? Ben Watson, Michael Crabtree, Kelvin Benjamin, all those guys are just clowns.
Spent all his money on Beckham, Hunt, and Cam. And then he's got Benjamin, Crabtree, Coleman, Watson. You can't start those guys.
Let's not talk about this team. This team's a bad team. It's a bad team. When you make adjustments, give us a call because this is just piss poor. OBJ, I think he's going to get shut down this week against Patrick Ramsey, but I love his attitude. His new attitude is really tremendous. He could have a bounce back year, but I got to see it to believe it. And Cam, he's just a frustrating guy. But I think Ryan has a big game tonight. So I like his QBs. How about that? I like his QBs, and I like Kareem, and I like OBJ. So basically, he's exactly like me. He has 4 guys that could play. I just think I have a better 4 guys that could play.
Okay, Jakey takes this one by 30.
Yeah, nice. Jakey takes it convincingly. Let's run to Allo, token liberal.
Yeah, let's do it. Allo's favored in projections by 5, which doesn't mean shit.
A battle of childhood friends, Allo and Murray, and but of course Isaac with the majority. Also, a lot of history between Isaac and Allo. Also, won't go into it, but I think there's a lot of. I think this is going to be heated. I think week 1 coming at you hot. Allo continuing to be flustered and I think he only takes his woes and into week 1, and we see token liberal beat him. I think Alvin Kamara could be the number 1 back in fantasy this year.
This matchup is going to come down to quarterbacks.
What do you see, Ogre?
Every other position is pretty much equal. Julio, Tyreek, equalish. Cobb, Robbie.
That's not equal. Julio, Tyreek is not equal. I'm just letting you know that I think Allo gets the edge on the thing. I don't know who the fuck's Patrick Mahomes. Somebody tell me who that guy is.
He throws like 80 yards and Tyreek runs like 80 yards. It's great.
Okay, but I don't know.
Tyreek is a freak. And Brandon needs to do that. Sorry.
Yeah. But I think I think Julio's a freak. Also, I give
7 watches.
Oh man, we just lost one. Okay, try to have tunnel vision. Don't even look at the listeners. Let's continue on this matchup here. I think wide receiver 1, edge Allo, Julio over Tyreek. Randall Cobb, I thought he's hurt. I didn't know he's playing, so I give Robbie Anderson, who's also disgusting, but I give him the edge there.
Yeah.
And Keelan Cole, I tell you, this receiving core, these 2 teams have not great receiving cores. They have a
Have
WR1
one top and then the rest are trash.
a real big drop off. So that's the weakness I see in these two teams.
Running backs are great all around.
The running backs can't get better. DJ and Lamar Miller.
Great
That's
RB1, great RB2. Kamara Drake, great RB1. Could be RB1 with Drake even.
And then we go to I tell you, one of the best values of the draft was this Evan Ingram at $2. At that point, I only had $1 left. I would have been all in.
Scared him.
But he's a freak. That guy's also a freak. And
I'm scared.
Huge red zone guy. I think that was a great pick by Token Liberal there. But Jordan Reed, conversely, also they're going to go toe to toe. I think he's tremendous and kind of automatic if he can stay healthy. And a little sneaky connect. Alex Smith to Jordan Reed. We caught that, Aloe.
Oh, wow.
We fucking caught that, buddy.
Shit, I didn't catch that.
So, we see what you're doing, but also a little news, add to the flush to that. QB tight end connections never work out. Unless you have Brady Gronk. I don't love this whole
Also, more news, your Houston defense is playing in Gillette Stadium in New England, so you might want to think about that. But I think Breeze over Mariota, I think that's the difference. I think Token Liberal takes it.
What's the reason Token Liberal takes it? Give me one guy.
Just Breeze over Mariota, really.
I think Token Liberal takes it also because of Alvin Kamara. I think the Breeze to Kamara dump off, you're going to see that happen for a little 47-yard scamper, and it's just going to be a backbreaker. So this, this matchup, along with Skeezy versus who Skee's playing versus Irv, I think those are two really high-octane matchups coming out of the chute here week one. I'm very excited to see these guys go at it.
We'll get a better idea with Julio tonight if he puts up a dud. I mean, Yeah. What's your prediction?
I like Token Liberal because of Alvin Kamara. I don't think you're paying attention to my situation, but
he's got DJ.
He has DJ, but I think Alvin Kamara is better.
What do you pay for DJ? 70?
70.
Wow. All right.
Powering through. Oh, wow.
The Ogres.
The Ogres versus Nate A. I got to tell you, was Nate A at last night? I didn't even... That table's very, very long, He didn't make a peep. But the guy quietly put together a pretty decent team when you think about it. I think his weakness here is RB. Ajayi and Jamali Poo Kangaroo. He loves his Packers. I think a lot of people are touting Jamal Williams as a guy that could really rise to the top. But I think Aaron Jones is still there, and I don't think they ever run the ball. So I don't love Jamal Williams. And
JJ, you got Clement there and Sprung.
Yeah, running back's a weakness here. Conversely, on the Ogres, Howard and Barber, I don't know what that.
I don't know what I'm doing with Barber.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm putting Barber or Breida or I don't know. I got Ingram coming back. That's why Howard and Ingram would be a good.
Talk to me about what you see in Ingram. 4 games suspended, right? And he put up crazy numbers even with Kamara in the backfield last year. But is it Kamara's
over 1,000 yards? I think 12 rushing touchdowns, 58 catches for 500 and something yards. With, I think, one receiving touchdown.
Real.
And he sucked in the beginning of the year because Adrian Peterson was there.
I hear you. But RB2, I think you're struggling on the RB2 front until Ingram comes back.
Right.
I think that's...
Neymar was a 3-down back in Tampa, and
he is
a huge game in New Orleans.
So you're gonna stream your RB2s. That's what you're gonna do.
Pretty much.
Okay.
I got some lottery tickets at the bottom. Carry on Johnson,
who I've never seen a Detroit running back pan out.
Exactly, that's why he's at the bottom of my list.
But it's but I like the Matt Breida. I like that Matt Breida guy.
Yeah, I stole that from Ed. That was great.
Ed who? Ed Arani?
Yeah.
Trouble. Him
and
Sid.
So badly. He wanted him so badly.
What was the bidding action?
It was at 3. I bid 3. He bid 4, and then I got him at 5.
Wow. $5, Matt Breida. Stow that away. Remember that outbid situation because one bold prediction that we'll segue into that. Matt Breida going to be a top 30 RB at the end of this year. How about that?
30? We don't even start 30 RBs in this league. We start 24. Who the hell cares?
I'm trying to find a nice little medium. But let's go right into this. Let's get so we're over RB here. I think I give the edge to you because of Jordan Howard. You have the best running back out of the 4. I think all 4 of them are disgusting, if you ask me. So let's progress to wide receiver. You're sporting Devontae, Golden to Tutors, and Nelson Aguilar.
Aguilar tonight.
Okay. Devontae stud. Golden to Tutors, half PPR. I dealt with him last year. Very, very frustrating.
Really.
And Aguilar is explosive, but he could not show
number
up.
one on the Super Bowl defending champions. Might as well take a chance without Jeffrey there.
And then I give Nay the edge here at receiver with Nook, who could be top 3 wide receiver in the league, Fitz, and Robert Woods. I think he gets the edge at receiver. So I give you the edge at running back, Nay the edge at receiver, and quarterbacks to clinch it here. We got Luck and Dacky Poo Kangaroo. A lot of question marks with Andrew Luck.
Of course.
He looks great. The guys look great though. And we have Aaron, who's a sure thing. Stafford, who's a sure thing. I give the edge to you at QB, and I give the slight edge to him at tight end, Olsen over Trey Burton. Overall, because of the quarterback play, I give Ogres the edge here, and I think
I'm underdog. Well,
yeah. Wow, 52-48, very, very close. I think it's a close matchup here, another high-octane affair, but Ogres edge out Nay to go to 1-0.
Yeah, I think so too.
No. Wow. Okay,
where we at?
We have Moxie and Wirtz left, and shit happens. And are we in? Okay, Moxie and Wirtz. Did we do Moxie yet? No. Okay, two really good teams. Starting at QB, Brady. And by the way, I tell you, Eddie Irani and Sammy Chira had a great draft. I think it every year, and it never comes to fruition. They were always at the bottom of the barrel, but I think he really did work this George Costanza Seinfeld bit where he did everything the opposite, and he fucking rolled. This Royce Freeman outbidding me thing killed me. He has a great smile. He's a cool nig, and I think he's definitely a solid RB2, and he has tremendous upside. Royce, what do you think?
I think he needs some time. I don't think he's going to jump into being a great RB right away. Maybe a month into the season, a few weeks. I don't think he's going to be amazing.
Such a tight matchup, guys. Such a tight matchup. Joe Mixon and Royce Freeman on Moxie's end against C-Mac and Alex Collins. I tell you, I give the edge to Wirtz. I know that Mike Cheer is not so high on Alex Collins, but you got to look at his numbers in the last 10 games of the year. The guy is he just produces. He's on a very boring team. We get that, but he won't catch the ball, but he'll fucking tout it. So I think Alex Collins is a great RB2 for him, and C-Mac, that guy's just electric. Talk about electric.
Yeah, exactly.
So I love his running backs. I think I give him the edge over Moxie at the running back position because there's a lot of question marks out of that backfield for Moxie. We don't know a lot of upside, but we don't know what Mixon's gonna be or Royce Freeman's gonna be this year.
Yeah, those are 2 question mark running backs.
To receiver we go. Michael Thomas, Demarius Thomas, and Jarvis Landry, who I love this year. Really? Love Jarvis. Really? And up against Keenan, Amari, and Funchie. Whew. You got to start it here. What do you think?
I love Michael Thomas. I think he's amazing. Incredible. I think he's very underrated.
How could he even be underrated? That just shows you how high his upside is.
Yeah.
I agree. I think Michael Thomas is the best of this bunch, but Keenan Allen's right there with him. Absolutely. I think they go toe to toe in WR1s. I think Moxie's WR2, even though he's slated in the WR3 position, is Jarvis Landry.
Absolutely, yeah.
And I think he just shits all over Amari Cooper. I hate Amari Cooper.
Yeah, I always hate him. Always hate him.
Talk about a guy that just disappears. He takes
plays. Throw him out there because I don't want to.
Droppable in this format. You could drop him. And then
Funches and
Demarius, I give Funchie the edge. Overall, I give the wide receiving core of Moxie the edge here.
Just because of his Landry.
So we have RBs, Wirtz, wide receivers in Moxie. Moxie's quarterbacks are Tom Brady and Jimmy Garoppolo. I think they're strong. I think that's very strong.
Those are the 2 sexy.
Very sexy. Very, very fucking sexy. And what is there not to like about Jimmy Garoppolo? All he does is win.
Yeah.
Surrounds himself with nice weapons now. Pierre Garçon, Marquise Goodwin, those guys. Greg Kittle. I love that guy, Greg Kittle. I think he's a free agent. George Kittle. And I think he's available in this format.
He's got a great new
that's exciting.
The new coaching system from last year was great.
And he's
perfectly.
He's dating a porn star.
Matt Breida behind him.
Yeah, Matt Breida. I love it. Top 30 RB.
Top 30.
And so I give the edge, and then against Cousins and Keenum, I give the edge at QB to Moxie.
Yeah.
And then tight end, considerable edge to Wirtz. But Delaney is definitely serviceable. Overall, I think it's a very tight matchup, but I give the edge to Moxie.
I think Moxie gets it. Yeah. I don't know. I think Gronk is gonna have one of those like change your team type of weeks.
Wow.
Yeah, I think I'm doing that.
Okay. Last matchup, and then we'll close it out with the one bold prediction segment that we had. Thank you, viewers, for your participation. We had to choose. We got about 10 bold predictions. We had to choose. We chose the top 3 because we're running out of time here. The last matchup is almost 50-50, and how? Listen, I think how is very, very top heavy. I think let's just go how we've been doing it. Wide receivers, how sporting Antonio Brown, Thielen, and I think I'm going to start this guy DJ Moore, the number 2 receiver on Carolina.
Take a shot, why not?
Yeah, and
rookie in his first game.
Yeah, and against, or maybe John Ross, against Juju Smith-Schuster, Stefan Diggs, and Emmanuel Sanders. What do you think?
Antonio Brown takes it all. Doesn't have to look at anything.
Yeah, I think my receivers beat him, and from an RB standpoint, he has Zeke and Henry, and I have Gurley and Latavius, or might start Rashad Penny. Listen, I don't have a WR3. I don't have an RB2. I don't have a QB2. Just gotta hope the 4 elite guys could take it. I think out of the 4, this RB thing, I even still give myself the edge over Ed Guy here because Gurley's just too good.
Yeah, I don't think Derrick Henry is worth it. Zeke and Henry. I mean, Zeke is unbelievable. Obviously, he'll give you 25, 30 points, but.
And then QB, I give the edge to almost 50-50. Russell and Mahomes against Roethlisberger and Trubisky.
Yeah, Russell.
Okay. Overall, who wins this matchup and why?
I want to go with how do you say it?
How?
Yeah, that's it. Just because of his monstrous studs, his Ben Brown connection will probably go wild against Cleveland. And Gurley at Oakland's a beautiful matchup on Monday night.
Monday night. Give me the lights. Under the lights.
And I just don't think there's enough firepower in almost 50-50's teams.
Okay.
I just don't think there's enough firepower.
Okay, so that covers the matchups of week 1. We're super excited to get into the thick of it, where it's more competitive than ever, most high octane than ever, and just super exciting. Just going into the one bold prediction segment, the top 3 here. Eddie Arani. Let's start with Eddie Arani's bold prediction.
Going to bold predictions?
Yeah.
Sorry.
One bold prediction.
HFFL. Bold prediction.
Ed Arani also all over the Aloe Flusterat. His bold prediction is that Flusterat will send Aloe in such a tizzy and such a tailspin that not only will Aloe not make the playoffs this year, but the next 2 years, Aloe will not see the playoffs for the next 3 years.
I respect that bold prediction.
Now that's bold.
Because I have to, and it's very bold.
Bold. Bold prediction number 2 comes out of Trader Irv's camp. And he's all over Sam Darnold, loving Sam Darnold. He thinks Sam Darnold finishes in the top 12 QBs this year.
Jets fan. Doesn't know anything.
Clown show.
Top 12?
I don't see it.
Top 12?
I'm gonna counter it by saying he's not a top 24 QB this year. How about that? Not a top 24 QB.
Hold on. I want to see what the top 12 quarterback stats were from last year. I need to see this. What this guy's predicting. Bold predictions. Give me a break. What do we got? 2017 season defense. Let's do quarterback. Filter. Let's go with All players.
Rogers better. Newton better.
1, 2, 3,
Wilson
4,
better.
5, 6,
Brady
7, 8,
better.
9, 10,
Deshaunee
11,
Poo
12.
Kangaroo better. Drew Brees better. Matthew Stafford better. Kirky Poo Kangaroo better. Phillip Rivers better.
Wait,
Jimmy
wait.
G better. Ben Roethlisberger better.
Fantasy
Matt
points from
Ryan
last year.
better.
Wait, hold on. 1, 2, 4,
Better,
5, 6,
better,
7,
better.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12. The number 12 quarterback from last year. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Telling
9, 10,
stat.
11, 12.
Telling.
Blake Bortles, the number 12 quarterback from last year.
Oh, that's shit. The
204
whole thing goes awry. Maybe Donald
204
does that.
people.
That's not so bold.
Yeah.
Fucking blew us all up. Blake Bortles is the number 12. Of course this guy's going to break the number 12.
36, 87 passing yards, 21 touchdowns, 13 interceptions.
Okay, we weren't prepared enough for that one. Herb, I don't think it's so bold. How about that? I don't think it's so bold.
We need something bolder.
If they're looking at
We need
that.
something a little bolder.
And then he also dilutes the boldness again by saying Donald will have more points than Eli. This guy Eli isn't. It's what makes Matthew's team so bad. Eli Manning. He has Eli Manning, right? No.
Eli Manning was like the number 40
Who
quarterback.
has him? Who has him? Who has him?
Jake.
Jakey. Matthews is. I apologize, but Jakey has him. And then Caskeezy's bold prediction. The Matthews is finish in the cellar. They're the cellar dwellers, and they have a $250 penalty. Don't think it's so bold. I think they suck. And Irv gets a bye, gets himself out of the 2-year last place drought. That's bold. And Irv takes home a bye and one of the number 1, 2 seeds this year. Very bold.
That's pretty bold.
And then his boldest part of his prediction is Allo not making the playoffs. So a lot of people down on Allo. Al, it's not personal. It's just you got a target on your back. What can we tell you? Target on your back. When your name dons the trophy 3 years, then we're done. So that's it's time for football, ladies and gentlemen.
You'll get some hate. You'll get some hate when you do that.
Yeah.
Anyways, are we done here?
We're signing off. Enjoy week 1. We'll be back at you hopefully for a week 1 recap and a week 2 look ahead preview shortly. Love y'all. And
unless something crazy happens, maybe we'll sneak in one.
Let's see. I think a lot of high octane matchups. I think you're gonna have a lot of close calls this year.
Absolutely.
I mean, this week at least. And with that,
enjoy the NFL tonight. Enjoy football.
Oh, we got Carrie. Is she doing tonight's song or Sunday night song? Does she even do tonight? Could she do tonight also? Carrie Underwood?
I have no idea.
Fuck, she's my girl. Take us home. HFFL.
HFFL.